Oh, check it out. 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 They take the dirt from the ground, they put it in a fire, they turn it into metal and they turn it into wire, and they put it into planes and trains and cars. Your bones are made of metal, that's what you are. They make tins and cans and pots and pans. They can even make a complete metal man. Oh, there's so many people around me these days with a metal heart. Please don't cry, you'll just go rusty. Check it out.
Hi, it's Spotty Cat. We're back again. That's me, and Sue does all the heavy lifting, and Spotty Cat who eats and sleeps. Basically, it's Spotty Cat. I thought the first thing that we'd have today would be something pretty and something with a bit of a Welsh theme. These are daffodils, and this is a beautiful pot. It's made by Crown Devon Fieldings. They've been going since about 1870, 1880, I think. They did some great things, famous for their blush ivory in sort of late Vicky Edwardian and 1920s times. But then they did some just fabulous, English Art Deco, and I don't know, this is captivating. And you've got a choice of sides. I do love vases. You've got a choice of sides. It's hand painted. That's not clobbered. It's not transferred. And I just love that to bits. Lovely bit, and it's in perfect condition. Just beautiful. Probably could do with. No, I don't think. I think that's just the way it fades up. And anyway, isn't that just lovely? And whoa. What we're going to do now is we're going to move forward about 20 years or so into this, which is Arthur Wood. I've still got his little label on, which is ever so cute, and a bit of sticky by the side of that. I think this is 1950s. I think if they'd made this in the 60s, they would have had a more modern telephone. Made by Arthur Wood. It's still got its plastic stopper in, but if I shake it, you'll see, I just haven't got any money, and obsessed with money boxes, not with money. It's got a registered design number on the side here. I should look that up, and then I'd know exactly when it was made. Anyway, that is a delightful bit of kitsch. Telephones sure ain't like that anymore. I'm going to drive these up to here. This is just a bit of an aside, this lot. These are my collections of, I'd love to say Citroen Dianes, but I've got a horrible feeling. Are they both 2CV? No, this is a Diane, but this is a 2CV. My first car was a Diane. Yeah, you can see the difference. Dianes were a huge improvement on 2CVs. It's amazing how much stuff you could get in them. The seats were like deck chairs. They were so comfy, and for their time they did a phenomenal amount of miles to the gallon. And that was the first car I ever bought. But although I didn't have a driving license, I started a little removal thing when I was about 19 or 20, and this was the first vehicle I ever actually did own. It's called a comma walk-through, and it had a regulator on it. It was ex-printing firm, and it would do about 45 miles a gallon, miles an hour, should I say, and it really was a bit of a pain, a bit of an old bus, but they called it a walk-through because you could walk through from the cab through to the back, yeah. And but anyway, that's a potted history of my vehicles that I had. And I'm just going to move a few things more up soon, but we'll try not to leave it with a blank. So off there you go, driving onto my shelf of nostalgia. And I'm going to put these down now here. And this is interesting. These are 1950s. I cannot believe the condition of this. This is only chalkware. It's not chipped. As you can see, it's only made of chalk. That is such classic retro. She's still got her earrings, which are slightly tarnished now. And but interestingly enough, I don't know where she was made. I wouldn't be surprised if she was British. We did a lot of chalkware, but I honestly don't know. But for a 70-year-old piece of chalkware, lovely bit of retro. But interestingly, it is that sort of iconic motifs that they had, especially in the 1950s, this sort of tribal thing, as I say, where they did at least begin to start appreciating black culture, even if it was only in a kitsch way. These, on the other side, they have a
made in Italy
maker's name, but they're made in Italy, and there's a pair of them, and I bought these, not in Aberdeen, maybe Blaenavon, somewhere like that, in a charity shop. But I thought it'd be very interesting to see, the same sort of the same sort of motif, but from perhaps different countries and different styles. But now I suppose we're going to have to say that this is iconically British, British bulldogs. This is another, what I call bedroom door knocker, and they are quite common. You see them, and I do remember when bedroom doors had little knockers on them. I don't know if he says anything on this side of him. Almost invariably British made, these, but I can't see anything on him. I think we had another one which I loved a bit, the teddy bear one, way back when. If you we've got a lot of videos up there if you ever are that bored. And I also wanted to say, we're, Apple, our sponsors, we've got the logo right, I think, this time, but it's a core, but it is beginning to go a bit brown, really. And we can't just keep on buying apples, Mr. Jobs, or Mrs. Jobs, whoever owns Apple now. And I think we're going to take a little break here, while me and Sue recuperate and try to remember what our names are. We're going to see you in a moment.
Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Oh, check it out. 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 All the carbon from the soil goes into the air. It just doesn't disappear. It's gotta go somewhere. It gets trapped in the atmosphere. Do you think it's a little warm around here? Check it out. 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 All the poisons, they flow down the drains they flow into the river is the life giver, the river flows into the sea. Oh, we all love the oceans, you and me. But someone's gotta pay the bill, and you're the one with the iron will. Oh, please don't cry, you'll just go rusty. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
Well, we're back again, refreshed and off again. We're going to start off with, I guess you call this militaria, really. This is a little cup from 1962. It's the 32nd Regiment RA, which is Royal Artillery. It's the Swimming Championships, 1962 invitation relay, 4 by 50 meters, and it's just a cute thing, interesting. It's got a mark down here. It's unfortunately only plated. I don't know. Oh, how come I can't buy solid silver things for Tuppence halfpenny, Sue? The life's not fair, is it? And anyway, yeah, it's a trophy that's been awarded for me for going to charity shops. I'm going to get into these two next. I won't sing to scrape the label off of them because it just takes away from. Now, this is, or to be more precise, by the way, £1.50. I'm scraping off £1.50. And these are classic English pressed glass, but they cross over. You can see, you can really see, I hope, the three-part mould down here. These would initially have been made, I suppose, about 1870, 1880. They are just one of the best. They're called rummers. This is a pressed glass rummer. Before that, they were all handmade, and some old tavern rummers can make a fair bit of money. These are Victorian pressed glass rummers. They are so nice to hold. They are so nice to drink out of.
All the bubbles in them, haven't they? These
yeah, can have the little bits in. Oh yeah.
And things, see it?
And oh yeah, and
Nice one.
and if you keep your eyes out, you can pay a decent bit of folding money for these. But if you keep your eyes out, they are always overlooked as most white glass is. I think perhaps I like this one even more. I love the optical effect on there, and again, it's just so nice to hold. It makes wine. These make wine taste better. That's a great reason. Can you see the floor down on this one down here on the stem, and I know, and the sort of way it waves on the rest of that. One of my favourite things, English pressed glass rummers, I need to replenish my supply of those as well. Right, over here, we've had stunning piece of white paper. Now, this is a World War 1914 to 1919. We always say 18 these days, but it didn't really finish till 1919. I find what's intriguing about all of this is the allies that we've got, and so on. I presume that's Belgium. It's not Germany. But one of the most interesting allies, of course, is the Japanese were our allies in the First World War. I think they were busy at it with the Russians and the Chinese, weren't they? They did have a bit of unsavoury history. Little battleship down here, and liberty, justice, truth, and honour. And on the back we have various sort of things. If I just let Sue take a picture of that rather than me just repeat it, you can always just pause it and read it yourself. Okay, and underneath we have no maker's mark. Oh, I thought I was going to. We just have a little couple of decorators marks, so they got paid for the work that they did. I'm going to come back in with just a real decent bit of blue and white pottery. This is blue and white. Again, anonymous. I think this is 1920s. The quality of it, it was a pound. Just such a usable jug, and as I say, 100-year-old. It's nice to have things in your house that mean something. Willow pattern, I know, and but it's so nice to have something in your house that means something, to have age. And survivors, like we all are. We all want to be survivors, don't we? Don't we? The next thing I'm going to grab is, we might have to, if I just plonk these down here for a moment, and I'll make some room on here. We haven't managed to break anything on air yet, but and we don't want to start today, blah blah blah. Yeah, let's get into records. So first off, we've got, I can't even read this. It's Digitalis accepting and giving digitalis,
Oh,
accepting
that's easier
and
to
giving.
read.
Well, yeah, I know, but this is the other side.
Could have read the back of it.
I'd love to say I know them all. Yeah, I don't know. 1990 Revolver Cartel. This, of course, is a 12-inch single. You just can't tell what is and what isn't. Look, all inquiries, telephone or fax. Yeah. I think there are just a very small sort of applications where fax is still required. I think of football transfers or something like this. This is Tone Lock, All Through the Night radio version. Pimp Without a Caddy vocal and Pimp Without a Caddy instrumental. Oh, I feel inspired. What's on the other side? Tone Logic, All Through the Night. Guest vocals by El DeBarge and the Brand New Heavy. I might have heard of the Brand New Heavies, and so on. But hey, anything looks interesting on vinyl, especially if it's like 50 pence or something. They're always potential flower pots. And the last one we've got, because it's the Beatles. Sort of, it's the Beatles. But the Boston Pops were a really, really tasteful sort of, I suppose you'd call them a small chamber orchestra. And this will be very, very listenable to. And we guess it, just orally, I think that it slots straight into kitsch, without any doubt. Anyway, Arthur Fielder and the Boston Pops. And then the last one we've got down here, albums, is Edith Piaf, who did No Regrets. And I have no regrets about buying this record. No regrets. Edith Piaf, I'm afraid I think I only actually know No Regrets. She had a tragedy, but she also had pretty much of a showbiz life as well. And a French lady, iconic with France, and Edith Piaf. And then there were some singles down here. This is Blackberry Way, by the way. Doesn't that label look like it's out of the ark? It looks more like a 78 than anything else. This was 1968. Fab group. The Move was such a good group.
Ron Wood.
Yeah, and Ron Wood, and who else was in it? Roy Wood, yeah, Roy Wood. And I tell you what as well, who was the guy who was in the thing with George Harrison and Bob Dylan?
Travelling Wilburys.
Yeah, go on, who was that guy?
It was Tom Petty, Roy Orbison, Bob Dylan, Jeff Lynne.
Jeff Lynne was in, yeah, Jeff Lynne. I think Jeff Lynne was in the movie. And
he's from Shard End.
Is he? Yeah, you know up there, don't you?
I do.
Anyway, Blackberry Way, the other side, Something by David Morgan. How funny, I bet there was that manager, probably written by their manager, because also their manager used to screw groups over. I'm telling you now. And Freddie and the Dreamers, the first person to make glasses fashionable, and he was so cute. And he bounced up and down, and that is such a classic. 1963, when
Great Britain.
and the world was bright, and
Freddie Garrity.
Freddie Garrity, yeah, and he was right up there, at that point in time, the moment with the Beatles and everyone, and he had 3 or 4 great little hits.
What's on the back of it?
What's on the back of something we don't know, and. What Have I Done to You? Again by Van Dyke. And you wonder if that was their manager getting half the royalties for some rubbish song, because that's the way it worked, And the last one we've got here is, I don't know if it's the A or the B side. Oh, this is side 2, Resurrection. I don't really know this. And Margarita Time. And the Status Quo were a great workman band that a lot of people used to enjoy having the beer and the wine too, and the big festivals. And their bassist died this week, I think. I cannot remember.
He did.
Yeah, what was he called? He wasn't Parfit, was he?
Oh no, Rick Parfit's still there. Francis Rossi, who wrote this, wrote this, is gone.
Yeah. Anyway,
forget the name of the bassist.
Hey, and the status quo. Right, I better grab something else quick.
Yes,
oh,
quick.
I know.
Quick.
Quick, are we running out of time? I know. These two here. Well, I'll start them. I think we'll have to put them on top of each other, won't they? These, absolute mystery to me. They were £5 each. They're hand-hammered copper. Came from the antique centre in Tricastle. What a weird image this is. I don't really know who they are or where they were from. I think it's South American because the only reference I could find to Kalisha, which is the signature, Kalisha L, is that it is used as a name in Argentina and in Brazil. But anyway, I've got a pair of them. I should have, donated a bit more time. We've got some Instagram. I have a little Instagram for these up, so you can always catch that if you want. Of course, he's upside down. Never mind. And he's got a quiver and everything. And yeah, I've got a quiver as well. But I have tablets, which is okay. Hand hammered, beautiful, solid copper. And I think I'm boing. Hey, should we do that again over here?
Watch your face.
And very, very quick. I'm just going to white paper. That's what keeps them captivated. Shall I do little fingers walking across it while we get this continuity? That's called continuity, yeah. And look at this. This came from Abergavenny Flea Market on the Wednesday, this was not £5, it was £12. This, I wish this was painted bronze, but it isn't. But it is painted spelter. It's a Victorian. I imagine I'm going to stand her up.
She's got clogs on.
Yeah, she's got clogs on, which in some ways you immediately associate, unless you're a northerner, you immediately, or Welsh valleys, you immediately associate with Holland. But I mean, when I was up north, I could still buy a pair of clogs or get them made for me on Wigan Market. But anyway, I can tell you what, she's probably missing a little stand. She's probably missing an accompanying male figure. I mean, she is agriculture, the other one was probably industry, but the paint on here is so nice. Her face is so nice. Spelter, which is a mixture of lead and tin, is very, very prone to spelter rot. So if you look at her fingers, then you can see she's bitten a couple off. I just love her pitchfork. What more can you say about that? Anyway, I'll stand her up and maybe can you get a good...
Yeah.
Yeah, is that okay? Because I'm afraid it's time for me and Sue to say goodbye. And Spotty Cat. And we've had a great afternoon doing this. I hope you share our joy, or at least tolerate us. Anyway, love to all of you. Ta-da, folks.
Check it out. 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 They take the dirt from the ground, they put it in a fire, they turn it into metal, they turn it into wire.